Alright guys, so this is a video to go with the restraint policy here at Good Sam. I'm going to show you how to tie and where to tie the posy limb holders. These are considered a soft restraint that we use on the wrists. Most of the time bilateral wrist restraints. Of note, we want to make sure that you get an order for restraints. And then remember that that order is only good for 24 hours. Within that 24 hours, a physician has to come in and physically assess the patient and then reorder the restraint themselves. As nurses, our duty is to monitor safety and confirm patients' rights and dignity is maintained. And we do this at a minimum of 3 times per hour. And we want to make sure this is documented in Meditech. Lastly, once restraints are discontinued, we need a new order to reapply them. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to put the restraint onto the wrist. So it's pretty self-explanatory for the first part. Just make sure it's nice and snug. Make sure you can still get a finger in there. This is like preliminary right now. So I got it nice and snug. I can still get a finger in there. I'm not compromising circulation. I'm going to put my buckle on. And then I'm going to tie it tight and still make sure I can get a finger under this buckle. So like that. So it's not quite tight enough. A little tighter. And then what you want to make sure you can do is there's a little Velcro on this side. And you want to make sure that Velcro can get stuck on part of the fuzzy part of the restraint. I can still get my finger under that buckle. I got my Velcro part stuck to the fuzzy side of the restraint. And I can't get out of there. My circulation is not compromised. Skin is nice and warm and pink. And that's part of the checks we're doing with our dignity and safety checks. Alright guys, so the latest product here at Good Sam is the posy limb holders. And what's nice about this product is the end that gets tied to the bed actually has a quick release buckle here. So we no longer have to tie the quick release knot in a previous product that was supplied here. So essentially what gets tied to the bed is this portion here. And where do we tie it? So we don't tie it here. You never tie it to the side rails. It goes directly to the bed frame. There's usually a little hook here. There's one here and there's one at the front of the bed over here. So all you do is loop the strap through, and then you take the buckle and slide it through the hole, and now the restraint is tied. Then you take your restraint that was tied to the patient, click the buckle in, and then you can adjust how tight to have your restraint. If you ever need to quickly release the restraint, you just come down to here and quickly release the buckle. Okay guys, so once you have put restraints on, you got the order, you need to document it into Meditech. And the first thing you do is you go where we do our assessments for admissions. So when you do your first admission, it says assessments on the right side. So in that section, there's an area where you can go and chart the initial start of the restraints. Once you charted the start of the restraint, and included in that assessment is the making sure that we used all the other alternatives or that we've tried alternatives. And then you need a charge nurse, supervisor, or manager to complete what's called a second tier review. Once that second tier review is completed, the restraint section should populate into our document interventions, and then we can continue documenting restraints every 2 hours after that.